Dwayne, what explanation did they give you at the
He gave
end?
me an explanation that it was a clock malfunction. And, I've been in coaching now 30-some years, 37 years, college and pros. If it's indisputable, let's play 5 more. Again, I got to hear another explanation better than that because we reviewed it about 10 times in there. And even if the clock started once DeMarcus Cousins deflected it. All right, D. Ross caught it, shot it, still had point. He shot it at .5. So point whatever it was, with plenty of time. So I don't know where the malfunction came. I've got to hear more than that because I just watched the same review that they had.
Dwayne, if I'm not mistaken, 4 people in the arena are responsible for starting the clock, 3 referees and the official timer. So they're saying
he started. Kirkland said that he's the one responsible for starting the clock.
So did they have with the clock malfunction, did they have a timer on in Secaucus?
I don't know what they had that's different than what we had here. Again, I don't know. I've got to get a better explanation than that. And maybe somebody can go in the locker room because the video we have is clearly .5, whatever it was when he shot the ball.
Right now, you got an explanation.
Mike Callahan.
Right now, do you just feel like you just had one stolen from you?
Well, I don't know. You make your bed, but hopefully you have a rightful ending the way you earned it. The guys executed the play down in the game play to perfection. Guy made a shot. You would think that would count, but.
Dwayne, do you have any recourse? I mean, even with another explanation?
That's what we're going to find out.
Can you launch some sort of official protest?
We'll have to talk. That's Masai and Jeff question. We're going to talk about it. I don't know what it is. Again, it's hard that these kids play their hearts out. We didn't play perfect by any means. You make your own bed hard, but I got to see more evidence than what I just saw. I just saw it with my own eyes on our video.
Kyle, I know that we can't do anything, you guys can't do anything about the play. We can't go back and change that in any sense, but the result of the play, can you take me through the last play?
No comment.
Just what you guys had set up in terms of the execution.
No comment.
Well, ball inbounded, it looked like you were maybe heading to the corner. Was that one of the options too, although Terrence did get a good look?
I'm going to save my money and say no comment.
You guys got a great game from JV early. In that first half, his presence seemed to kind of help put DeMarcus on the bench with some foul trouble. Can you talk about his play?
Yeah, no comment.
Thanks, Phil.
Care to comment?
I'm going to make some money and comment.
How about this, though, Rick? We've been in the situation where there's been something happen at the end of the game. Maybe not, obviously, nothing like this. This is unique. But we have seen either plays or tips that have been close or a call that should have been made that wasn't called. And what does the team do? We run into the locker room. The coaches huddle around. It's really quiet. For you, like VCR tapes. For me, my first VCR tape. But they call up the play man.
Not far off.
No, right. But no, for sure. And you're gathered around the TV. You're all huddled around the TV, and you're all watching it together. And the first time you watch it, like you could kind of hear it in Dwayne Casey's voice.
Yeah.
Like, what did they just call?
Right.
And you rewind it, and you watch it again and again. And that's why Dwayne went out. I don't know if he watched it in black and white, but we're seeing
that's my
it in black and
error.
white.
It's for me.
That's it. It's like
It was because it was an
tape.
analog clock working. That's why.
But it's funny because you're huddled around and it's just dead silence, and you want to watch to see, all right, what just happened to us in that instance?
Yeah.
And Casey's comments, he's not accepting the ruling that he got from the referees at that point. Dave Callahan talking to him about what they saw, and then him going in and seeing it with his own eyes. It's not adding up for him.
We're still waiting on the official explanation. What I would like to know is what Coach Casey referenced a moment ago was that even with the difference, Ross got that ball off so early, it shouldn't have made a difference. And we've not heard what that number is supposed to be.
Would you have been mad if they went to the replay center in Secaucus and they decided, we looked at it several times, we can't tell about the human reactionary time and whether or not the clock, would you have been upset if they replayed the 2.4 seconds?
I think that's a better alternative than what happened, certainly. Because again, I keep going back to the same point that Ross can't factor in all these scenarios.
Right.
The ball comes to him. He's got to deal with the clock as it's happening in real time, in live time, and try to get off a shot, which he did, and he made it. There's no reason to penalize the Raptors for that. They didn't do anything wrong.
I got to pull in another bright mind in our basketball game, analyst-wise. Kenny chimed in, and he's not working tonight, but he was furious about this. And he pointed to both Brent and I, what if it was 18 seconds on the clock?
Right, if the same play had happened at the beginning.
Same play happened and there was 10 seconds or 18 seconds.
Right.
Ross is playing the shot clock, makes a shot and goes in. Are we blowing the whistle on that and going back and looking at that again?
Yeah, are we looking at the 0.4 or 0.6 seconds or whatever it is got lost in space and time? The space-time continuum comes in, Matt, and all of a sudden, you're not complaining about that.
Right.
It's 2.4,
right?
And we're examining that little snippet. And this is a tough one. I mean, I really feel like the Raptors should have gotten an extra 5 minutes. And
how they shot alone.
Exactly, and how they came to this decision, it's just going to be interesting to hear.
And by the way, once in a great while, a protest is lodged, and teams will replay a few seconds of a game. That can't happen this year. This is the end of the season series. They're done. There's no more Sacramento against Toronto this year.
They could see each other in the finals.
They won't replay it then, even if that were to happen.
Sacramento's not, and Toronto's not mathematically eliminated.
You know what? If they were to reach the finals, I think that would be the least of their concerns.
This is
just
true.
A hunch.
This is true.
So, even if there's a protest filed, there's no recourse really for the Raptors other than to say maybe we were right if that's determined. It's a very frustrating thing. And again, I really want to know, the question I have, one of the many questions we have, is what is the acceptable difference between when the ball is tipped and the timer goes on, because it is not humanly possible to get it going at that exact same moment.
And to that end, Matt, we have video evidence there with that long shot looking back towards the court where we see the goal and we see the shot clock above, that there's no question that the timekeeper in this instance did start the clock after the Cousins touch and did not wait until Terrence Ross had full possession of the basketball, which would make the clock be at 2.4 when he grabbed it. The clock was
and that would have seemed egregious, and that would be more understandable. But in this case, the clock was running before the ball reached Terrence Ross's hands.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't understand how they get to 2.4 in New Jersey, whether they started the clock at the precise moment it tipped his hand.
Trying to figure it out. We'll let you know when we have an explanation here on Game Time. And in the meantime, we'll get you through all the highlights